Fallout got a very quick second season
Indeed.
after it's binge drop a couple of weeks ago. I did decide to do this week to week. We talked about this, so I'm in
Okay.
the middle of episode two. I know you finished the whole thing, but
Yeah, I just binged it.
so far enjoying it.
You're enjoying it so far? I remember
Yes.
this is part of why I binged it. Yeah, I put on the first episode. I was like, okay, and I was watching the second episode. And, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to finish watching the show. I was actually watching the second episode, going like, what are the stakes? What do
Yeah.
I care about? I didn't know if I cared about enough or cared about the characters enough or felt invested. And it got me just enough by the end of episode two that I pressed play on episode three, and then I was in.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So I'm about to be there. I've had to pause in the middle of episode two, so I'm going to give it a little bit longer, make sure I get the hook.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, maybe not everyone feels that way, particularly fans of the game might have from the beginning, like kind of been like, oh, this is really cool. They're doing a really good job. Look at all these Easter
Yeah.
eggs or whatever. But I felt like it took a little while for the overarching kind of plot to develop. And I was struggling a little bit at the beginning to, I don't ever want to say I have to like the characters,
Yeah.
but I have to care about what happens to them. And I was struggling with that a little bit at the beginning, particularly the knight squire guy.
Yeah, it was interesting to me, having not ever played the game, knowing nothing going in. The first long episode, especially, there's sort of this bifurcation between these two stories. You're kind of like, what is happening here? How exactly do these things tie together? And then you sort of wraps up with this story again of Goggins' character at the end. So yeah, so sort of I have to work through how these things connect.
Yeah.
We're
And
getting there.
I think that's maybe the big thing. As you move forward, things start coming together a bit more and
Yeah.
become clearer. And you'll get there, and no spoilers. But yes, Fallout renewed for season two. Not a surprise at all. I think I said last week I thought it was already renewed for season two
Yeah.
when we were talking about it. They hadn't officially announced it yet, but it was already like in the air. This is going to happen,
Yeah.
and of course it is. The show's doing well. They've got the existing IP and fan base. They already put a lot of money into season one, um, and that's great. I mean, I didn't see it coming entirely. That Walton Goggins' character is. I wouldn't say he's the main character because Ella Purnell's character is the main
Yeah.
character, but he's like 1B.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he really his character, the way his character really kind of ties things together is. I love Walton Goggins. So
And I'm a sucker for it. This is so dumb, but I'm a sucker for these when they release these videos of, the fast forward of them in the makeup chair, like, when they're 4 hours of putting the prosthetics on, and they release one of those of Walton Goggins this week. I find that stuff fascinating.
yeah, it is interesting, right? Because in order to, you're not actually like taking his nose off,
Right, right.
right? So you gotta do the makeup.